Ooh, right? Okay. I have a lot to talk about, but I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like kind of tap into it or whatever the case is. I titled this as a spiritual download about, well, a download about spiritual projection, right? And I was just like almost on a rant on my Twitter, but I decided not to. I was like, let me go ahead and go live and make a video. So, a while ago, I'm saying a while ago, like a couple weeks ago, February, it's March, it is, what day is it? I think it's like March 3rd or something, right? So like February the 24th or something like that, I was doing the spaces with this girl, and spiritual projection came up. She was like, what is spiritual projection? And I almost said what it was. I was like, I don't know, you tell me what it is, right? And I almost said what it was, but or what I felt like it was. I had to literally go back into my notes from uh from October the 2nd. I think it was October the 2nd. It's whatever day that they had that the where they were sending out this sound. They was telling us like, put your phone in the microwave. They're sending out this sound over. They were doing the testing on the phones, right? And I meditate, right? I was meditating. And between October the 2nd and October the 14th, which was the solar eclipse, I kept getting something about something happening in April. I did not know it was the eclipse because I just don't be keeping up with all that stuff, right? So I didn't know exactly that it was an eclipse that was coming in April that would be in line with what had happened in October, right? With the solar eclipse. I am not an astrologist, okay? I learn energy. I focus on energy. That's what I do. I have a candle going. I got a candle going. I got some water going so that I can kind of like get this message clearly. Okay, thank you so much, Divine. Let me actually burn some incense. Just so spiritual projection. There are a lot of people that have, and I've been talking about this so long because I was one of the people that have suffered from spiritual projection, right? And spiritual attack, spiritual warfare projection, right? Somebody could be going through something and they project that shit off to me, right? That's what spiritual projection is. When you are dealing with a influencer, a healer, even a doctor, right? Like even a doctor. I had a client like call me and say, "Hey, I was watching one of your readings." And I'm saying client because this became one of my clients. I was watching one of your readings. My ears is starting to ring. I was watching one of your readings, and it says to make sure that you are, connecting with the right doctor, to make sure that this is the right doctor. So this could be anything. We seen this like kind of go up when COVID hit. All right, when COVID hit, we see projection in the community, and people medical community. We see people saying, hey, you need to take this because this is this. I won't talk too much about that because I don't know how YouTube works when it comes to speaking on that. I'm not a medical doctor or whatever the case is, but they were saying that if you took the vaccination, then you won't get the, not even just that you won't get COVID, but it would lower your chances of getting COVID. It's the same thing as taking a flu shot. It will lower your chances of taking a flu shot. Well, I'm here to tell y'all that everybody's DNA is different. So you are designed, we're all designed differently. So what works for you, it might not work for me. You get what I'm saying? So I've always told people when they are dealing with a healer, it's a healer's responsibility to tell you certain things, but they're also going to, I hope that I'm making sense because I'm kind of talking fast. When it comes to doing certain work, right? Like my job is to install deities on this earth. I'm also a medium, right? So, being a medium, I am talking to the dead a lot, right? This this has been in alignment for me for a very long time. And so when I get attacked by a tarot reader and I'm like, she like, well, she's just jealous because I called her out like, hey bitch, you're projecting, right? On your insecurities on your clients. You're projecting that shit, right? She like, well, she's just jealous because she wants to she's just jealous because she wants to do the same thing that I do or whatever the case is, right? We don't even do the same job. You understand what I'm saying? Like we don't do the same job. We don't have the same workings or whatever the case is. So my thing is a lot of people are projecting what they're going to and this is not everybody's job is to heal the community because you healed yourself using these type of provisions or whatever the case is, right? So I'm like rambling, okay? I'm on a rant because I kind of just like um a lot of people were motivated by their experiences far as like them being abused and being able to speak out about it as opposed to speaking out against their abuser. They spoke to a community of people that are also being abused, but they spoke to them in a very uh people say direct, but I'm gonna say nasty tone. So if you have been abused and then you abuse the community as well, you are at fault a lot here too. Okay. Um, even me, I've been abused by people, situations, and then I don't take that. People have taken advantage. Let me not say abuse, but people have taken advantage of like even the grief that I was going through. And I know that it's a lot of shit that is about to shake the fuck up because the downloads are real. The downloads are real, y'all. So why am I on here saying this? Um, so I'm just gonna report y'all. Okay. You see, you come over here and just get reported. Mm-hmm. So, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. So that just reminds me, like people like me, I can't be bought. I can't be bought. A lot of the work that I've done over the last couple years, it just can't be bought. You get what I'm saying? Like it can't be bought. I gave it to y'all for free. I gave so much shit away for free. I even gave away food out of my house for free. And to help heal people. Like taking care of people, medicine, herbs, even readings. But for 2024, we are not carrying anybody spiritually. We're not responsible for anybody else spiritually, right? But we have a duty to do something. HIPAA absolutely applies when it comes to the spiritual community, and people are need to be sued for some of the shit that they are sharing. People need to be sued because you do a reading for somebody, right? You do a reading or you do a healing for somebody, and then you flip around and you are on your collective timeline talking to millions of people. And what you're doing is you're being very triggering by writing certain things on your timeline or whatever the case is, and just basically putting that out to other people that it doesn't go out to. You get what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are working in the collective when you should be working directly with certain people. You're not supposed to be working with 250,000 people. I'm sorry, that may sound like, I don't know what that sounds like, but I don't care. You're not supposed to be working with even working with thousands of people. You are here to help certain people. But instead what you did was you took somebody's situation or somebody's situation and you abused the community by providing it to so many other people. Do you understand? I hope y'all understand that because it's crazy. So, I've talked about spiritual narcissists too, right? A spiritual narcissist is somebody that kind of taps into the spirit realm and attack you, but they don't come into the physical realm and say anything to you, right? Like you might not even know this person in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm, you're putting certain things online because online is big. Let's say you're going on a rant on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or whatever the case is. You on a rant, right? You're telling people, I don't feel good. I feel like I have, like I'm just I'm getting cold because when I be talking, the chills get real. Okay. That's a part of my spiritual clairsentient process is I start having chills and stuff when spirit is getting ready to try to not try. But anyway, so let's get this right. HIPAA and the spiritual realm is going to become a very necessary thing where people are starting to speak out. They may have been embarrassed at one point, but now they actually don't give a fuck. I ain't never been embarrassed about speaking up about anything that I went through. Like if somebody, played me or did something to me, I've never been embarrassed by that because um I got this scar on my face right here, right? This scar right here reminds me every day that when I was younger, I used to be a liar. I used to be a liar. I used to be a liar, and this scar right here, a man did this. And I used to tell people like, oh, I got into a car accident and the glass cut my face. But that's not the truth. I was literally walking into my apartment building and was tagged by a nigga that I told, I had told him something. I had told him something and I lied. And he was very upset when I told the truth. When I came back and told the truth, he was very upset. And he paid this girl to like cut me across my face with an Everfresh bottle. Okay? And I have to look at this scar every single day as a reminder to tell the truth. And so when I do this work, I am reminded to tell the truth. And I don't know what y'all battle scars look like or what y'all truth scars look like. Why is my ears ringing? I don't know what y'all battle scars and truth scars look like, but y'all have them and they're starting to show. Okay. And there are people out there with a lot of spiritual gifts. If you want to know like what type of spiritual gifts you have, you can read the Bible. That will be the first thing. Corinthians chapter 2 is the first place where you can look and see, some of the spiritual gifts that God have to offer you. You can also meditate and talk to divine about the spiritual gifts that you have to offer people and those that are around you. So I don't know why y'all just want to like come on here and just get reported. Okay. So you really can look into the type of spiritual gifts you have. Now, another thing I want to talk about before I just like kind of jump off of here, right? I'm gonna tell y'all this. There's 3 type of decks out here. There's 3 type of decks that is out here, right? Um let me see this. Okay, there we go. I'm not a psychic reader. So there's 3 types of decks out here when it comes to like tapping into divinations, right? You got these, it might be more decks than this, but these are the decks that I know about. You got tarot cards, right? Tarot cards is the 72 cards, right? So you got the 72 cards, right? That's actually, you know what? It's 4 because I got a whole different deck that's sitting in front of me. I'm sorry, baby. Situation cards, oracle cards. All right. So, okay. So this card right here, this is a situation card. It says, I am starting to understand our connection, right? So, So this is a situation card, right? It says I'm starting to understand our connection. However, it's listed as an oracle card. It's not an oracle card, right? This is an oracle card. Co-create. This is like an oracle card. Then you have some like angel cards, right? This is a tarot card. All right, when you got the 72 tarot cards. This is a Lenormand. I don't know how to pronounce this. Don't get me wrong, okay? But this is a Lenormand card, right? Where these are pretty old too. Like you'll have the child, I think it has like the star, it has like clover, it has key, it has house, right? So these are the different types of decks, right? This is a pretty popular new deck that is really fucking up the game. These situation cards, they're fucking up the game. Let me tell y'all why. People that are not tarot readers, that are not people that are not tarot readers, that literally have spent thousands of dollars on decks of cards to influence the audience. Okay, so you be like, okay, so they pull these cards, right? And they might say something like, you know, like these twin flame cards. Oh, I got some twin flame cards somewhere. These twin flame cards, and they'll say like, he's coming back to you, going to jail, damn, what other type of cards? They're just really, some of them are really negative, right? Whoever made them must have been in a horrible negative state of mind. And you have healers that are buying these motherfucking cards, right? They're buying these cards and they are using them to not even heal the collective. So I'm saying healer, and I'm like using that term like real lightly here. They're not even using them. They're not even supposed to be using them. I'm fucking sick of them, right? I'm sick of them. Divine is sick of them. Anybody that has taken advantage of this community using those cards, right? Y'all about to get y'all ass beat before April 8th, 2024. Like, this shit is going down. You're not listening to your intuition. Now, back to what spiritual projection is, right? So, this is what spiritual projection is. Spiritual projection is, I want to take this, I'll pull this in, so, okay. I don't know. So spiritual projection is when a quote unquote healer, influencer, tarot reader, spiritualists of all kinds, healers of all kinds, but we're talking spiritual projection. So when y'all pull these cards, and only you know your situation, like only you know your situation. Spiritual projection is something that you and God know what you're doing. Also, your ancestors know, and whoever it is that you are working with. If you have clients that their ancestors are looking for you to heal, and that's another thing too. Oh my goodness. When I work with people, right? When I being a medium, when I work with people, listen, being a medium and working with people, I talk to spirit, I talk to divine, I talk to the soul, I talk to your higher self, I will talk to your ancestors, right? Before I actually talk to the human. So y'all are projecting your own insecurities, your own unhealed egos, your own unhealed narcissistic ass pride off on your collection. Okay? On the people that you are sent to help. I have it's so crazy. Before when I was going through something, right? After my son passed away, I was so upset. I was so angry with my spirit team, right? Because I was like, why y'all didn't tell me it was my son? And I kept getting the download like, well, we warned you that you were being under attack. We told you, right? We showed you that a death was occurring. 3 times they showed me. I thought I was dying. I say this all the time. I thought that I was getting ready to die, right? And I was like and I did a lot of things in the human aspect as opposed to going to the spirit aspect of it, because I've always been close to death. I have the Grim Reaper tattooed on me, and I say this a lot. Like I'm a medium, so I've always been tapped in with deceased people, right? With people that have passed on, that is in between the veils, right? And so I really just used like my own ego, and I was like, well, if I'm getting ready to die, I'm getting ready to die, right? But the attack was coming under my whole family. It was coming to my whole family. I didn't think about, my children like that, like that my children would be hit. I'm like, they're going to live a long, blessed life. I didn't think about my husband being hit. I only thought about me because I'm like, shit, bitch only got a problem with me. So, but in reality, they got a problem with your whole family. They got a problem with your, right? Because that person that attacked me was spiritually projecting. And I could hear the shit that she was saying about, me. But I'm like, she got a problem with me. So when she sent the shot, right? When she paid for the shot to be sent, the shot was sent to my whole family. And we take on certain contracts for a reason. And so my son's contract was to expire then, and it expired then, because God knew that this was going to be happening to me and being happening to my family, and this is the contract that he took on. I had studied about this, I have researched about this prior to, and that's how I felt. I felt that if I was to die, that this is the contract that I took on. So when my time expires here, it expires here. As long as I'm doing my work, then I'm doing my work, right? So, anywho, so spiritual projection. When I was reading that in in my downloads, when I'm doing my readings, when I'm taking notes, when I'm meditating, when I was coming to that information, I felt like, oh, this is for me. This is not to be shared with everybody else. I didn't see anybody else having, going through a death or anything like that. I see me going through a death, right? So I didn't share it with anybody. I wrote it in my journals and everything like that. Now, let's flip the roles on what's happening in the community. You guys are getting downloads that are for healers, are getting downloads that are strictly for them, and they are sharing them with the collective. They're not doing self-healing. They're not doing any type of cleansing work. They're projecting the message and making the message about everybody else, and it's not. There comes a time to take a rest. There comes a time to reset. And sometimes when you get these downloads, like I don't know how anybody else feels. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading, I'll be like, let me put the cards down, because spirit be talking to me a mile a minute. When you are talking to divine for real, you need to be able to distinguish between the voices. This is where spiritual schizophrenic comes into play. You have to be able to distinguish between the voices that you are getting these downloads from. I don't know what's going on in the chat, because I actually have it closed because I don't want any distractions when I'm talking about this. You have to be able to distinguish between the messages that are coming through, because the message may sound like it's for everybody, but it's literally for you. Sometimes the message is actually for somebody that you may know personally that may not be on your channel. So now I go back to the part where I was actually grieving, right? And I wanted to quit this. I had so many spirits, ancestors. Let me say ancestors. I had so many ancestors in my house that was literally encouraging me. And I just got like chills because just felt one put their hand on my shoulder. Like, it's okay. And I, oh my goodness, I wanted to like quit doing this, like quit helping people. And I had this, I had made some phone calls because people's grandmothers was showing up, right? People's aunties, people's brothers was showing up. Everybody but my son was showing up. And I made some phone calls to people like, hey, look, I see your grandma. I believe it was your grandma. I got chills too. I was telling them, and these are like people that I haven't talked to in a long time, or like, like we still cool, but when I went on this spiritual journey, I kind of like distanced myself from certain people because the thoughts that was coming in, they weren't bad. It just was like, what do I do with all these thoughts, right? So, people's like grandmothers was coming through, people's aunts was coming through, people's uncles was coming through, their brothers. These is people that I never worked with, and I would have to reach out. I didn't have to, but what I did was I reached out to them and I said, hey, you should set up an ancestor altar. Your grandmother has been giving you, information. Your aunts have been sending you insight on doing stuff. Your brother is like right by you, sitting on the steps. And it's like certain things that I was saying to them is the downloads that, and I won't even say downloads, but like, because I'm a medium, was what they were saying to me to say to them. I didn't write anything down because I said this is not it. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't write anything down. I literally just picked up the phone and called people and was like, hey, look, make an ancestor altar because I'm going to quit this. One of my homegirls that I called, and I could share this because she wouldn't mind me. I'm not giving too much information. One of my homegirls that I called, when I called her, she was like, that's crazy because I just had something to Sakai. Sakai's like right in my hand. Like right when you called, and Sakai is my son. I just had something to Sakai's right in my hand right when you called. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't call about that. Because I was really upset. I was super upset when my son passed away. I was upset. I gotta admit that. I'm gonna admit that a whole lot of times. I was grieving. I'm still grieving, but I'm handling my grief a different way. And I was like, I'm not calling you to talk about my child. I don't want to talk about that. I just want to have a conversation with you and tell you, like, set up an ancestor altar and pay homage to your grandmother because, like, she's giving me a message to you, like, has been a big influence in your life, and that, blah 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 blah. She listened. She listened. And come to find out, like, the time that I was calling her was around the time that her grandmother had passed. And so, and I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that. She passed before we even met, before we even became friends, or whatever the case is. And we just never talked about it. Like, it just wasn't part of our friendship. Like, I knew her grandmother was passed, but we never talked about, like, the day she passed or anything like that. Never really told any of my friends about setting up. I have told my friends about setting up about altars and stuff like that, but I just never really got down into details. Everybody does their own thing, and that's how I always felt. So spiritual projection is y'all are projecting off to a bigger community for followers, for influences, when you are supposed to be working within your hood. Okay, where you're supposed to be doing something within your community, right? And so, yeah, everybody is not for everybody. So, yeah. So there's things that's coming out that's going down. All right, so I am actually going to do a reading real quick. I'm gonna do a reading. This is the Wisdom Oracle. I have another reading that's getting ready to come out. I just been like super busy. So, dear Divine, thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you to our ancestors, our star seed. Please protect us. Anything that is not of the light, please return it back to its home. Thank you so much. Please give me the courage and strength and protection in speaking and acting in my truth. Wrap your wings of protection around me. Thank you for clearing away harsh emotions such as anger, resentment, fear, and ego. Thank you for restoring it with peace and harmony. Okay? Thank you so much. So I am going to be pulling from the Wisdom Oracle. First card out is Go to the Sea. Okay, go to the sea. And that's where you will connect with your ancestors, with your spirit team. Somebody does need to go to the water. La Siren has been coming up a lot. La Siren is a mermaid. Oh goodness. So she's been calling in a lot. I don't know how that relates to y'all. La Siren is in voodoo. Voodoo. Let me be honest. It's in voodoo. She has influences over the throat chakra. So if you've been having like to clear your throat a lot, or whatnot. All right. Essential message: being in flow, returning to source, recognize how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Okay. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in flow of life events? Even in life, when you feel yourself in flow of life, even events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that fluids and effortlessly. This card reminds you that you're going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea. Okay? There are points in a relationship where you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the needs to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combination goals and desires to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads, okay? Everything seems to work out for you when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into the flow, you need to address your beliefs that you are abundant. You need to address your beliefs about abundance. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents, and abilities, and most importantly, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world is a reflection into the outer world. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Even things you need will come to you easily. Okay? So this is about going with the flow. All right? So that goes back to what I was saying about tarot reading. If you had to spend thousands of dollars on tarot decks, this probably is not for you. You're moving in ego. If you literally had to spend a lot of money within classes and healing yourself, but you call yourself a healer, you're not supposed to be a doctor. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're constantly under the influence of something. Like, That's like me. Okay, so I have mad allergies, right? I got mad allergies. I'm in Houston, so it goes from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, right? Extremely humid yesterday, but it was cold as fuck the night before, right? What the fuck do I look like being an allergist? And when you come into my office, every time you come into my office, I have allergies. You get what I'm saying? So if you as a content creator, right? So let's get into the content creators, right? You come on here, and you selling teas, or you selling and I'm saying content creators. No, healers. You're selling teas. You have all this stuff. You even selling money candles, but you don't have money. You get what I'm saying? You can't buy the supplies that you need to do the work that you say that you've been called to do. When you are called to do something, you are well provided for when it comes to doing your job. Okay? Look at that. The Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. All right. So go to the sea. Can we have some oracle? Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much. Can we have some oracle for who this message is for? Not oracle. Can we have some tarot cards? These are tarot cards. All right. Nine of Swords. First card out. Go to the sea. All right. So a lot of you guys could be experiencing some type of headaches or some type of mental confusion about what you have been doing lately. Even nightmares, like dreams, are at an all-time high right now. I think the moon is in Pisces. I might be mistaken, but it's giving a lot of Pisces, Neptune, and not Pisces in Neptune, but it's giving a lot of illusions being exposed. Okay, the Ace of Wands. It's almost like spirit is like beating you over the head about your creativity, what you were supposed to be creating. Okay, the Ten of Cups. These aren't even the original tarot cards that I even be using, but these are the ones that I grabbed. So these are the ones that we're going to be using. All right. This actually has something to do with you focusing in on your family abundance, your family creativity, like generational, something that's generational. You've been having a lot of downloads about. You get what I'm saying? You may be somebody that feel like you were called to do one thing when in reality you're supposed to be working with some type of creation within your family. Your partnership was supposed to come within your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad. Okay, this is it. It's almost like somebody running from their family business. Somebody could be somebody could have been left like some land or something, right? But instead of going to live on that land, they want to live in the city. Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. Definitely don't want to do the same thing that like your family did. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Like you're like running away from that. And now you feel alone. And you're going to feel like that because at the end of the day, I'm going to turn this chat back off. I'll pull it up at the end. You're going to feel like you are losing everything because at the end of the day, like you were supposed to do something within your family. You're supposed to be creating something generational. And you're like, well, I want to break generational curses. No, what you need to do is actually go back and heal those things. What is this Nine of Swords with the Ace of Wands? The Moon card. Yeah, these things are being highlighted. Like I said, it was giving illusions or whatever the case is. Like you kind of put a shield over it. You put a shield over what you are supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be moving, and you did what you wanted to do. Okay, what is this what is the Ace of Wands with the Ten of Cups? The Tower in reverse. let me get something with this, with the Tower in reverse and the Ten of Cups. The Knight of Swords. So there's been a lot of slow movement when it comes to because the Tower in reverse is something happening very fast, right? I mean, with the Tower card is something happening very fast. The Knight of Swords is also something that is fast as well too. But this is like giving slow movement, right? With the Moon card. A lot of your exposure, this could be, I could be talking to somebody that is usually seen in the limelight, and they have been like, their influences have been trickling down, okay? Their focus on a certain, their focus under the certain, under the Ace of Wands with the Ten of Cups, what they've been focusing on is now being changed up. You get what I'm saying? Like, somebody may have been focusing on like building up certain communities around them. Let's say if they were doing like let me get one card. Let me see if I'm supposed to say that. Give me a card under the Emperor. Thank you so much, Divine. Can I have a card under the Emperor? Because I'm getting ready to say something about because I've already felt like, you know, this is spiritual projection, but I already felt like I was talking to like a healer or something, right? This card is turned this way. I already felt like I was talking to a healer or a spiritualist or a somebody that is in the limelight or something, right? So this could be somebody that I'm saying this could be somebody, but God, my ears is ringing. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. The Emperor, the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so look. This could be somebody that does readings or something, and they put themselves on a pedestal, right? And they may have had some type of, and this could even be a healer, okay? This could be a Reiki healer that I'm talking to, okay? And the reason why I say a Reiki healer is because, I'm not going to get into why it could be a Reiki healer. That's why it could be a Reiki healer, okay? Internal energy, okay? The Eight of Swords, internal energy, okay? So this is a false person, false organization right here, okay? This is a false community that you tried to build up on. Like, this is just not where you belong at. So, there's a lot of dethroning that's happening with the High Priestess in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. There's a lot of dethroning. And I hate to say like dethroning because it's not even really like you were on a throne. I feel like somebody tried to try to sit on God's throne. This could be somebody that because the Tower in reverse, this is being ejected out of the tower. Somebody that sits at the top, okay? This Emperor, this Emperor in reverse, this High Priestess in reverse is getting thrown out of the tower. You get what I'm saying? But it's happening in a very quiet way, okay? It's happening in a really quiet way, okay? Yeah, I would not be giving nobody my picture or anything like that. Like, they would have to like literally steal my picture. And I don't give anybody permission to do any work on me, do any work for me. That's just me personally. Like, if you are trying to do some work on me, I would be very careful because my ancestor team, my spirit team, they see everything. And this is what people are saying now. People have realized like, oh, I paid somebody to do some work for me. That person was not, legit. 911 on the clock. That person was not legit, and I'm calling back my energy. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like people are calling back their energy. Okay, this could be a whole family, a whole community of people that's calling back their energy from this emperor and from this high priestess in reverse. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What is to come? The Knight of Wands in reverse. What is to come? Ooh. That's too many cards. I'm going to... That was 3 cards. That was the Devil, the 7 of Swords, and I don't know what the last card was. What's to come under this? Yeah. So all of these cards are, I just want to let you guys know, like, all of these cards are in reverse. So there's a lot of shaking up that's going on. Like, you got the Knight of Wands in reverse. You got the 10 of Wands in reverse. You got the Page of Swords in reverse, and you got the 6 of Cups in reverse. This 10 of Wands in reverse, all right? This is actually a good thing. Somebody's dropping their load off, okay? Like, they've been carrying around this false mask, this mask for a long time, and they're hiding so much stuff behind their mask that I actually feel like, this is like light. This is light. This is lightweight. It's getting lighter. The load is getting lighter, okay? The Page of Swords in reverse. People are going to feel like they are... It's like I'm talking to 2 different people here. Look at that. All that glitters. Okay. Y'all see those masks right there? Like, all I did was just pick these cards up. This, and then it's 2 masks there. So there's 2 things that's happening in the community. And I said, I feel like I'm talking to 2 people here. You have one side that, and I talked about this in another live that I did, where I was telling you guys, you got 2 different sides of groups. You got the physical side, and then you got the spiritual side, right? So I feel like the physical side, the people that got out there, they seen that, healing, taking advantage of people was super easy, being manipulative. All they had to do was learn this. All they had to do was say this, but they didn't really lay the foundation. They didn't do certain things, okay? Here we go right here with, like, laying the foundation, jumping into something that you don't know what this really is. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the 10 of Cups, people read it like, okay, it's really good because I got my family here, I got, my kids, or whatever the case is. But you literally jumped in bed with a false emperor. Like, somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they doing, with a false high priestess. Somebody who is loose mouthed, who chats, who gossip too much. You have to know people that you are truly working with, okay? And just right then, like, somebody that is in the community with loose lips is getting exposed. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they getting exposed by, like, a whole community of people. They try to, like, kind of negotiate their way up out of this. This may be somebody that is not necessarily, like, older, but will say, I've been doing this for this long. I've been doing this for this long. Let me tell y'all, like, I ain't about to tell y'all. I was about to tell y'all. The Page of Swords. Somebody that gossip too much, okay? Somebody that gossip too much. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Somebody that is impulsive, that just jumps into stuff and don't know what it is that they're doing, okay? So this could also be somebody that is going through a lot of ego deaths, a lot of shadow work, okay? Even when it came down to like relationships that they were getting into, somebody jumped into a relationship fairly quickly and could be experiencing a divorce on all levels, okay? Even their person that they're with, that they lay down at night with, that sees them every day, is like, I'm going to expose you because you really are fraudulent, okay? So somebody could be getting, with the moon card and the four of wands, somebody could actually be getting exposed by their family members to what they're doing to other people, because even their family is affected by this, okay? Because we go back up here to, you were supposed to help your family heal. That's the first place you are supposed to be healing at, because they're going to be the first ones to call you out and be like, my cousin is a motherfucking fraud. Like, fuck her. You get what I'm saying? My brother did this, my brother did that. So y'all might see a lot of exposure happening in the community around people's brothers and sisters, or whatever the case is, right? Or even like close friendships. What is the Knight of Swords in reverse? The Death card. The Death card, yeah. So, and then the Seven of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, definitely like a lot of things being exposed here. Or just like come tumbling down. But it's happening in such a subtle way. The Death card is not something that happens fast, okay? This is like shit that takes a while. I want to... Damn, my fucking phone is... I'm on my phone. I was about to say, Mars... Okay, so the Death card is ruled by Scorpio, right? Scorpio is 8th house energy. Scorpio is ruled by, the ancient ruler is Mars. Mars tends to act fast, right? But the new age ruler is Pluto. Pluto does not act as fast as Mars does, right? It's not one of those fast moving planets, okay? It's a little bit further away from the sun too, I believe. Yeah, further away from the sun. It's about transformations. It's about summoning things up and everything, right? So now I feel like we're in the new age, where things are happening a little slower than necessary. You be like, when is this shit gonna happen, right? I just got something about spell work. I want to get a different deck of cards. This is mystic healing. Like I said before, that anytime that I give some negative shit, being a healer, it's like somebody telling you you have cancer, right? Somebody tell you, okay, you got cancer and you have such and such time, or not even time, all right? I ain't even gonna say everybody doesn't die from cancer, okay? And I got my own opinions about cancer that I keep to myself. But let's say, for example, the doctor tell you that you got cancer. They're going to give you options. They're going to tell you ways that you can heal, right? So I just told y'all, the very first thing I said was go to the sea. All right? I'm talking to somebody. I'm telling y'all, when the card came out, go to the sea, the first thing I told y'all was that there's a deity that has been speaking to me, and this is not my deity, okay? La Saren is not my deity. This is a throat. She influences the throat chakra, excuse me. She influences the throat chakra. This isn't my deity. This isn't anyway, I don't need to get into all that, but La Sirene was coming in. This card is also blue. So it's definitely like influences over the throat. It's not even a really blue. It's kind of like a bluish gray. But if you can see, there's a fairy in there as well, right? What is the fairy doing at the sea? You get what I'm saying? You have literally like made yourself feel like I'm a fairy or I'm this, or, you know, even taking on the wrong deities, putting yourself through fucking hell in order to do certain things. So anytime that I tell people, oh, my ears is ringing. Anytime I tell people something negative as a healer, my responsibility is to tell you how to get out of that shit, right? Not even just get out of it, like, you know, how to get through it. I'm gonna say get through it. How to walk this path still, okay? So, I just told y'all shit that was happening. And I believe that this reading that I'm doing right here, I believe that this is going to take place between now and, it's already been taking place since October, but definitely up to August the 8th. I mean, not August, April 8th. I said August, that's also 8. So I'm seeing like a lot of 8. So April 8th, 2024, which is 4888, right? You can't get to 8 without 4. I just have to do some numerology there. But yeah, you can't get to 8 without 4. So 4 is that Cancer energy. That's that choice. That's that chariot. When it comes down to movement. So some of y'all need to start putting some movement into what you're really doing. Okay. I'm not talking about gaining more followers. I'm talking about self-mastery. Okay. So anyway, I am pulling from the Mystic Healing reading cards. What advice does Divine have over this reading? That's the card. It's a yes. There go that blue again. Okay. And as y'all can see, like I talked about masks falling off, coming off, it's a yes. So definitely feeling like somebody needs to take off their mask. Number 17, which is also the number 8 again. Okay. 717 could be significant. So it's a yes. It's time for you to say yes. It is a challenging to discern what is healthy to welcome into your life and what is not. Are you resisting or sabotaging a great opportunity by procrastinating? Whatever you are focusing on right now, the universal divine forces are working on expanding your possibility. The gates towards a successful outcome are open. As long as you take your well-being, your weaknesses, and strength in consideration. If a possibility excites you and makes you feel positive, then it's important for you to take a conscious step towards it. If you asked a specific question before you picked this card, which was what is the advice over here? Okay. Before you pick this card, know that the outcome is positive and you can move forward with confidence. This card asks you to start saying yes to yourself and to make time out to do loving, nurturing things for you. Okay? Okay, what do I need to say yes to awaken more liveness, creativity, and love in my heart? Okay? So I am going to get one more healing card because, like I said, I felt like I was talking to two people. Okay, so if somebody is questioning on whether they should be doing something or not, if you found this reading, then it is most likely a yes that you should. Okay, and then I now want to get a card a reading card on this energy here with the Emperor in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Six of Cups in reverse, okay? Let me have a card. Unlock your heart, number 35, which is also the number 8, okay? 3 and 5 makes 8. So 888 is a really significant number here. You can be seeing 888 places, okay? And then also I want to just like say it again with that chariot energy, okay? If you can see, I feel like she's on a chariot, okay? Not a chariot, but there's a ladder. Oh, there's a ladder. You might need to come down from your high horse, okay? Oh, come down from your high horse. Interesting. Unlock your heart. Pain can cleanse away to profound wisdom. Okay. Unlock your heart. Pain can cleanse away to profound wisdom. If you keep protecting yourself from being hurt, you will stop yourself from experiencing an intimate, delicious, earth-shattering, life-changing, sacred relationship. When a protected heart bursts open, there is pain, sadness, fear, rejection, brokenness, a host of other unprocessed emotions. But nothing compares to a possibility of listening, trusting, and following the ancient wisdom that lives in a heart that has gone through pain, struggle, loss, and has come out on the other side with warmth, humility, compassion, and selfless actions. An open heart to your true guide towards your greatest goodness. Goodness you can give and goodness you can receive. So don't allow pride, hurt, fear to keep this most exquisite part of yourself shut off. Instead, listen and allow this part to have the opportunity to guide you towards self-knowledge and intimate knowledge of another who you yearn for. Allow all that is love in. Okay? What am I holding on to that makes me tense, tight, and fearful and cold? Ask yourself, am I willing to slowly and gently let the pain from the past go so that the possibilities of becoming softer and warmer and more loving can come into my life? Okay? Are you willing to let that go? So there definitely a lot of hardcore healing going on out here. Like, you don't have to talk that nasty. You don't have to talk that harsh to people, okay? Just because you have, I talked about it at the beginning of the live, like somebody literally was doing things because it's spiritual projection. So that goes back into spiritual projection, unlocking your heart. Don't project it off on anybody else, because at the end of the day, your pain is not somebody else's pain, okay? We all go through things that we went through ourselves for a reason. So let me get some tarot behind It's a Yes and Open Your Heart. The Ten of Cups in reverse. Thank you so much, Divine. The Five of Cups in reverse. I meant the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Swords in reverse. So the Ten of Cups in reverse. So what I'm getting is like the worst has happened, right? But there's like one little thing that's coming. The illusion is being broken on this Ten of Cups. Yeah, the Chariot card, okay? Now you have a choice. Do you want to keep being in this false relationship? And then I've broken relationship down before. From what I learned what relationship is, what the word relationship is, I had to put the cards down because I'm getting like a thing. Okay. Relationship is getting information from the spiritual realm. You have a relationship with source. Okay. That's the first relationship that you have, is a relationship with God, a relationship with source. And you have this choice on whether or not you're going to, it's spirit. You can have a relationship with demons, you can have a relationship with devils. Okay, because they just told me to say, like, you don't just have a relationship with God, you have a relationship with archangels. Okay, with deities, with your higher self. How are you getting the information from them, and how are you expressing that information from them? So now you have a choice. And one thing I want to point out in the Chariot card is this medical healing right here, this healing cross, this healing signals. Okay, the angels. All right, you have a choice on what type of healer you want to be. All right, what's the Five of Pentacles in reverse? The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords upright. And I think the Knight of Swords was in reverse in the other reading. But like now you have a choice, but like this shit is gonna be coming in very fast, where you have to make like a decision that is something that you really don't want to be making. Like an impulsive, I'm saying impulsive, but it's actually like, do I take this motherfucker off life support or do I not? You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to make the decision very quickly. And that's like kind of what spirit is telling you. Like, we about to either cut. What's the three of swords in reverse? The Page of Wands. So somebody is going to have to go back and study. Okay. So you're going to, somebody could be losing their connection to certain, connection to certain sources where you have to go back and study. You have to go back and learn this. It's going to be a time where you say, well, I used to do this, I used to do that, or whatever the case is. That shit don't even matter. Okay. Let me have one last card between it's a yes, unlock your heart. One last message, Divine. Thank you so much. The Hangman in reverse and the Star card. So, and then the Temperance, showing balance. Okay. So Temperance is at the bottom of the deck. All right. The Hangman in reverse. Time for y'all to come up out of the aloof energy and come down to the ground and get grounded. Okay. So somebody could definitely be finding some type of new position, new work, just getting like clear on what it is they're supposed to be doing. And I'm also getting like, this will balance out the energy, balance out the collective. Okay. So, that's the reading. I hope that it made sense. To me, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and like listen to it or whatever the case is, but I just feel like, whoever it applies for, it applies. Hope y'all understand what spiritual projection is now. I'm going to talk about this again on a live. This was kind of like a download that I was having when I was literally just sitting on my couch in front of my altar, my ancestor altar. And so I know I'm supposed to talk about this again and be a little bit more organized. So I will check back in with you guys later. All right. So that's your reading. Bye.